Hello, everybody. Hello, LifeVantage. Wow, I am excited to be here, and thank you for spending this evening with me. I can't wait to talk about what we're going to talk about tonight. And I know you could be all sorts of different places, or maybe not, but I'm glad you're here with me tonight. So first of all, I just want to kind of give a little bit of background on who I am. And I am Cherise Mathews. I live in Southern California. And I want to ask you a question. I want to tell you my story, but start with asking you a question. And that is, have you ever sat around and thought, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? That was me. That was me when I graduated with a pre-law degree from the University of California at Irvine years ago. And I graduated with a pre-law degree, but I had a problem. I found out that law was not what I wanted to do. And so I thought to myself, oh my goodness, what am I going to do for the rest of my life? And instead I was sitting on a golf course selling sandwiches and beers to the golfers as they passed. And at that time, my father was not very happy with me. He actually said, well, Cherise, you're the most well-educated cart girl out there. And yes, I was, but what I wasn't telling them as well, it wasn't telling him, was that I was $40,000 in debt from trying one of those businesses back in the day. And so one day in particular, I was sitting on the golf course and a very kind, humble gentleman came up. And he said, he bought his sandwiches and beers, and before he left, he gave me $100 tip. And I said, oh, excuse me, sir, I think you made a mistake. And he said, no, that's for you. And being a recent grad and in debt and off my father's payroll, that $100 didn't look too bad. And I said, before you go, may I ask you, what do you do for a living? And he said, network marketing. I went, what? And he drove off. And I thought, people actually make money doing those businesses? Well, that's okay. I was never going to find out because I was never going to try that ever again. So fast forward, my career path led me in two different directions. One was I was an insurance wholesaler protecting high net worth estates here in Southern California. And the other was that my passion for fitness just was deep in me. And I was a trainer for elite athletes, being an athlete myself. And I just kept thinking there's got to be I want to leave a larger footprint on human health. There's got to be a better way. And my passion for health definitely took over. And at that time, one of my closest friends brought me an opportunity. And at that, it was the most powerful antioxidant that the world had ever seen. And we knew how powerful antioxidants could be by scavenging free radicals in the body. And I thought, this is big. And we ran like crazy. Well, we worked hard to bring that product to market. And at that time, my insurance boss, he called and he said, she called me into his office and said, Cherise, I know what you're up to. I know what you're doing on the side. And he said, go for it. My wife has made millions with that business platform. And I thought to myself, wow, he said, if you ever want to come back, there's a wide open door. And I thought, wow, what a way to leave a job, correct? And so I said, oh my gosh, you know what? Let's run. Well, at that time, science was advancing. And what we found out, my girlfriend and I, we found out that, gosh, as much as like a major antioxidant is great for our bodies have the ability to actually flip a switch and turn on antioxidant production by 100-fold. And I thought, oh my gosh, and we could be first to market with that. This is going to be big. And that is exactly why I'm here tonight, is that I've been with the company now for 10 years, have never been more excited than I am right now. And let me share my screen with you so that we can, there it is, right there, so we can get started. Here it is, right here. So who are we? We are LifeVantage. And I want to say this, is that we are definitely on to something big. And, you know, recently my husband said, hey, Cherise, thank you, because your hard work creating leveraged income for our family, your business has not only survived two economic crashes, but it has actually thrived into arid economic climates. So tonight we are going to talk about a business platform that is so relevant, health technology with loud science, and together what created the most exciting opportunity I've seen. So proper disclosures, of course, here that when I talk about that everyone's results will vary and they are very unique and different from everyone else's. So tonight we're going to talk about 4 components of this opportunity. 1, incredible products and very loud science. 2, compensation. How can we monetize that? 3, timing is everything in an opportunity. And 4, we have to make it simple enough to share so that there is a system here to do that. So let's talk about where we began. Well, LifeVantage began in a lab with one simple question, and that was, is declining health something we have to simply accept as the part of getting older? You know, if you really think about that, that's a really interesting question, because have you ever been to your doctor filling out the health questionnaire and thought to yourself, wow, is my DNA my destiny? Are my genes my destiny? Well, what we found out was this. Discovery number 1, our genes contain incredible abilities to keep our bodies healthy. And discovery number 2, decades later, we discovered a way to activate these abilities. So our company was formed, LifeVantage, to continue this research and to share it with the world and talk about a large footprint on human health. That is my passion here. So where we started, a brief history of LifeVantage, is that their products, which I'll get into in a moment, they were sold back in 2003. And an investigative report ran on ABC Primetime in 2005 that led to a flurry of media attention. It was that John Quinones actually took a product called Protandim that proved that his oxidative stress was lowered by 40% in the first 14 days of taking this. And so when this was a giant flurry of media attention. And so universities and prestigious medical centers they saw it as well. And these are universities, as you can see on the screen: Harvard, Colorado State, oh my gosh, University of Texas Tech in Florida, and on and on. They came to the company and said, may we actually self-fund studies and see if what you're talking about is true? Well, that was music to our ears. We said, go for it. And so at that time, we had this product on the retail shelves, but all the big flurry, the media flurry, had died down at that time. And we thought, you know, the company wasn't doing as well because this was a giant story that had to be told. So in 2009, we brought an expert in and said, you know, this is a story that has to be told. We stripped it from the shelves at retail and we took it into person-to-person distribution. And since then, we have just soared. We began using activation to address the leading theories on aging. So I want to get into why this was such loud science and why this was so exciting. Well, first, there are 3 theories of aging, and the first one is oxidative stress. So what is oxidative stress? And just very simply this: if you cut an apple open and you leave it on the counter, it turns brown, right? It oxidizes. The oxygen hits it from the outside in. Well, our bodies, as we get older, they start to oxidize or rust from the inside out as well. And it's part of the natural aging process. But what starts to happen is that over time, unfortunately, the body's production of antioxidants that help to combat this oxidative stress starts to slow down, right? And it affects every system in the body, from the heart, skin, kidneys, lungs, brain, everything that you see here. And so what causes oxidative stress? Well, oxidative stress, because we are rapidly creating even more oxidative stress now these days by the diet that we're eating, Smoking, medication, pollutants, inactivity. How many of us have been sitting in front of a computer during this time? Alcohol or excess of it, toxins, pesticides, rigorous exercise. Crazy enough, that can create a lot of oxidative stress. And I've experienced that. And then of course, something very big, which is wireless signals these days and EMFs from all of our technology that we use. And so we're just getting this onslaught of different environmental factors that actually increase this oxidative stress. And so what can we do to combat it? Well, that is where it gets exciting, because Protandim Nerve2 Synergizer is actually what we can use to activate what's called the Nerve2 pathway. And that pathway is really, think of it as a light switch. So if an antioxidant can fight free radicals at the rate of 1-to-1, like a Dixie cup of water on a house fire, well, this Nerve2 pathway, when flipped on by taking Protandim, it can fight free radicals at the rate of 1,000,000-to-1. Or actually, our bodies can do that at the rate of 1,000,000-to-1, like putting a fire hose in every room of that burning house instead. And these are 5 plant ingredients: milk thistle, bacopa, ashwagandha, green tea extract, and turmeric. And the benefit of those working together in synergy is that it lowers that oxidative stress by an average of 40% in the first 30 days. It increases SOD in the body by 30%. Increases catalase 54%, increases glutathione, which is a big buzzword right now in the health community, by 300%. These are your natural antioxidants in your body. These are the cells that just upregulate all those antioxidants. So this Protandim, it really supports the body's natural detoxification process and produces enzymes capable of neutralizing more than 1,000,000 free radicals. And just like I was saying before, here it is. You know, I don't know about you, but you know, my father was a dentist, and he always was talking about health and talking about kale. In our family, we ate a lot of kale. Well, when I moved away and I went to the grocery store, I asked the grocer for kale because I knew it was this giant antioxidant. And he said, "Oh, you're the lady with the turtles." And I said, "I don't have turtles." And he says, "Well, only 2 people ask for kale, you and the lady with the turtles." And now we know what a powerful antioxidant it is, and it's gotten so powerful, I mean, it's so popular that now we're eating kale chips and kale soup and everything kale. But what we have found is that those direct antioxidants, even though they're very powerful, they really can fight free radicals only 1-to-1. Again, like that Dixie cup of water on a house fire. But our body's enzymes, we can scavenge free radicals at the rate of 1,000,000-to-1 per second when we flip on those switches in our bodies. So Protandim Nerve2 Synergizer reduces the oxidative stress due to that free radical damage, right? Up to 40% in the first 30 days. Now, Protandim actually here as over 25 peer-reviewed published journals. And it's because all of those universities had come back with their studies. And if you go to pubmed.gov, you will see those studies, and they are all positive, no negative. And how many times do you see a supplement that it has studies on the actual product, not just an ingredient in the product, but the actual product? That's why we are attracting some of the finest in the health industry to our company. We don't find this anywhere. This is just incredible science. Now, all these universities, like I said, you see here, Ohio State, Harvard, Colorado State, all of those studies you can find at pubmed.gov and see, and just the loud science is there. And in fact, from Washington State University, they said that Nerve2 activation, Nerve2 is likely to be the most important health promoting approach in the foreseeable future. Nerve2 may be the most extraordinary breakthrough in the history of health. This health is such a buzzword in today's day. And just seeing this statement from Washington State University and knowing that what we have our hands on is something that could be like a breakthrough in the history of health. This is what we're talking about. This is why this opportunity is so big right now. So let's move on to theory number 2, mitochondrial decline. I'm going to take you back to 9th grade biology. Remember the mighty mitochondria in the cell? Well, these mighty mitochondria actually decline as we get, the mitochondria start to slow down. The production of them start to slow down over time as we get a little older. And really, these mitochondria are our energy source. It's what gives us energy. And the solution really, because the issue really is that the body is in constant power to run. We need that energy, right? And these mitochondria are responsible for producing the power of our cells. They're the powerhouse to our cells. And they power everything, from beating our hearts to inflating our lungs and how we think. Every single cell requires mitochondrial power. So the solution is that the body is constantly fixing or removing damaged mitochondria and producing new mitochondria. And unfortunately, like I said, over time, the production of mitochondria slows down. But we have found out that with our NRF1 pathway in the body, we can flip that switch and activate this NRF1 pathway to increase cellular energy, ATP in the body, by supporting our chromosome integrity. So what does that mean? First of all, again, 5 plant ingredients put together, working in synergy together to create this switch to turn on this NRF1 pathway, and it improves cellular repair. And I don't know about you, but if it is the pathway here to restore what creates energy, I am all about helping to create more energy for myself. And I'm sure that you know other people that want that as well. Let's go on to the 3rd theory of aging, and this is sirtuin activity. And I want you to think of this, is that this, as the body runs, the cells create waste. And so really that sirtuin activity, when we raise sirtuin levels in the body, think of it as the trash trucks that come in and remove the waste and detoxify all of that waste out of the cells. So that is what we want to detoxify. And that's what happens when you raise your sirtuin activity. And really the body is constantly activating sirtuins and producing additional sirtuins, because this is a natural process. But as we get older, the body's production of sirtuins and sirtuin activity, they slow down over time. There's a pattern here, isn't there? It's called aging. But we know this, again, flipping on the switch of that NAD pathway, we can support healthy longevity by increasing and boosting that sirtuin activity. So what does that mean? Well, that means that it improves mental focus and concentration. It supports a positive mood and motivation. How many people do you know could use that right now? It boosts mental and physical energy. I've never been short on physical energy, but I always have wanted more. And supports body's healthy inflammatory response. And then also maintains cholesterol levels already in the healthy range and supports a healthy vascular system. So these are the 3 theories of aging, right? But we have the powerhouse, the protandem powerhouse, the tri-synergizer is what we call it. Now, they work incredibly well on their own, but look what happens when they're taken together in synergy, right? The tri-synergizer. Now look, I'm half Greek, synergia. The word synergy is working together for a more powerful response here. So as you can see, by themselves, they're incredibly powerful, but when they're put together, they're even it's tenfold here on some of these. So these are our activation products. And we have now taken that science of activation and we've taken it to other products. Axio for our brain, for mental clarity. Axio is fantastic. I drink that. I've got one sitting right here on my desk. And then we've taken it to the True Science skincare. Our skin is our largest organ of the body, and so it needs protections. And the same goes for our hair care, our pet tandem for dogs, and then we even go down into the gut. And we know that the gut is the second brain, as they're calling it now, and that the gut, we can really start to support our gut health by our probiotics and our prebiotics. And then, of course, we've got some other products to support the brain and heart, like our omegas and our weight management system. So it's very easy to shop here at LifeVantage. It's very easy. You get a website, and if these products sound intriguing to you, make sure that you get with the person that introduced you to this, so that you can get their website and order products, and they can actually send you a cart. And when you are thinking, my gosh, how could I actually monetize this? Because I know people that could definitely, their health could be supported by these products as well. Well, then you yourself are going to, if you join, have a website that you can do this and send it to your friends and family as well. So let's talk about this for a minute. We're talking about a perfect melt. We talked about science and health supporting products that are cutting edge. And if we know that we have that loud science behind them, how can we share that and actually monetize it? Well, we know that working from home is a big buzzword right now. People are looking for a way to work from home. And that's exactly what we can do here. Work from home or from anywhere. It's called social sharing. And that's all we do. I work from my phone all day long, right? We have a virtual office. It's minimal business assets, no inventory requirements at all. And we have a personal online store. I want to tell you a very quick story is that my husband owns a very, traditional business. He has a brick and mortar business, a janitorial company, and he has so much that he has to worry about. He comes home pretty much stressed out every night. And one time I was at an event and I asked him to hold my phone, and he had my phone in one pocket, his phone in the other pocket. He said, Cherise, I can't do this any longer. He said, because every time my phone buzzes, it's a heartache and stress. And every time your phone buzzes, it's hope and opportunity. He says, I've got good phone, bad phone, good phone, bad phone. And so we tease about that all the time, but it is that simple that we can social share these products with our friends and family and truly leave a larger footprint on human health right from the convenience of our phone. Well, first of all right here, we have packages that you can join with the company, the silver or gold or platinum pack. And really, these are sampling really of all the products, and you are going to try and use yourself. How are you going to share with other people if you're not a product of the product, right? And you're going to want these products in your body now. So the silver pack, when you purchase these packs, there are savings. The silver pack, you save 31% on the products, the gold pack 33%, and the platinum pack 35%. And included in that gold and platinum pack is also a ticket to our next global convention, which is coming up in October. And that you're going to want to be at, because there are going to be many speakers that are going to share exactly how to do this business. And so that comes along with it inside these gold and platinum packs. So let's talk about this for a moment. Let's talk about business and how you can make money from this. Well, there are many different ways here at LifeVantage you can earn income, and it's about getting paid daily and weekly and monthly. There's a Smart Start bonus, launch bonuses, level commissions, generational match bonuses, and elite pools. But let's start here about first, how can you get into profit mode right away, right? How can you move forward into profit mode? Well, if you purchase, let's just say a gold pack here in the center, and that gold pack is that what you've paid, $600 for that gold pack, plus a $50 starter kit that comes with that as well. And what you do is when 3 people do the same thing that you just did, you're going to earn 200 off of each one of those gold packs. And so you're going to earn $600. Now, it doesn't stop there. You don't have to stop there. You can continue this over and over and over. And this is just one way. This is just based on the Smart Start bonus. It's one way we earn income. And we're going to talk, and I'm going to show you some of the income disclosure statement as well. But first, let's talk about like why LifeVantage? Because why, right? If you're looking at a company, well, you want to be on the leading edge of technology, and that's what we have here. So most of the US and Canada is yet to discover, and I'm talking about the rest of the world, discover LifeVantage. And 60% plus increase in wellness and in wellness sales over the last 8 years. Now, that's over the last 8 years. I can only imagine what it's been in the last few months. We've seen tremendous growth with our company because people are really taking note of their health. So this is an industry that's growing. Also, LifeVantage here, the CEO, our CEO here, Darren Jensen, was named to the DSA Board of Directors, right? We have now expanded internationally. LifeVantage also received the Best Place to Work honor for the 3rd year running and more international markets. And we also named Aaron Brockovich to its board, right? To our board here at LifeVantage. Oh my gosh, we've also, we were honored as Stevie Award winner in 2019 American Business Awards. And we continue to launch more markets, and we were added to the Russell 3000 Index. And we celebrated our 10th anniversary just recently, launching even more products, and hence we announced our financial results for the 4th fiscal quarter, full fiscal year last year, and we are up. I'm telling you, we are exploding right now. And then we also have been adding some new products. Of course, we opened business in New Zealand, and we are growing like crazy. But this right here is what seemed to help put us on the map, is that LifeVantage Corporate, we rang the bell, the closing bell at NASDAQ. So we were right there, smack dab, New York City, right on NASDAQ. And so if you've ever thought to yourself, you know, is this a viable business? Yes, this is a publicly traded company. And we rang the bell at NASDAQ, right? So the closing bell at NASDAQ. So this is a company that is soaring right now. We are open in many different markets. And what does that mean for you? You may not know anybody in these markets, but the way that this works is that you may know someone in your neighbor that knows someone in a different state, that they know someone in a different country. And because you were the one that introduced it to the first person, you are coded to the rest of all those people. And now you have an international market, right? And of course, our company just has a heart of gold, always giving back. And this is the culture of our company. So let's go back to, you know, how can you build your dream lifestyle? Let's go back to how you can earn money with this. This is our income disclosure statement. And right here, if you look to the left side, distributor ranks, okay? If you look at Pro 3, the highlighted area right here, at Pro 3, that means that you plus your organization is moving 5,000 plus of products, I should say, of volume through your business. And the average monthly commissions paid at the rank there at Pro 3 is an average of $626. That's an average. Who do you know that could use an extra $626 a month, right? And that's an average. And then from there, if we move to Pro 5, the Pro 5 means that you plus your organization is moving a volume, a group volume of $20,000 a month. And the average income of a Pro 5 monthly is about $3,000 a month. That's on average. And if we move into the elite ranks, we're talking about serious income here, you guys. So these elite ranks here, Pro 7, 8, 9, and 10, you move into an elite pool. on top of the other ways that you can earn money. And the company has held back 4% of global sales, and they share it amongst the elite distributors. And look at some of the incomes here. The average monthly commissions paid out at a Pro 7 is $13,400. So I want you to think for a moment. This isn't necessarily stopping what you're doing right now, but possibly adding an additional income. It does take work. Okay. I as a personal trainer, I was training person after person after person. Yes. And I was charging people for my talent, you know, to train them for my service, but I can only touch that one person at a time. And if I didn't show up, or if my client didn't show up, I didn't get paid. But really leveraging my network and working hard to leverage that network, I now am an Elite Pro 8 in the business, and an average monthly commission paid out for an Elite Pro 8 is over $25,000 per month. So I want you to dream a little bit here. I want you to think what is possible. And I want you to dream big and ask yourself, in what you're doing right now, is it possible to earn these kind of incomes? And then also, is it possible to leverage yourself, right? Because a lot of times, I don't know about you, but as a personal trainer, at January 1st, I had to start over every single year. And instead, with a leveraged income, I get to start where I left off, and I can grow upon what I have already built. And that is exciting to me. So I want you to dream and look at the possibilities here. And think about this. It's the compound effect, right? Because you introduced it to someone that introduces it to another person, and they start to introduce it. These are the possibilities. You know, I want to share this with you. Just recently, when all of what we're going through right now with the economy, my husband came to me and said, you know, thank you, Cherise, because he said, I grew up in the desert. Okay. So I grew up with Joshua trees, and he said, it's pretty ironic, Cherise, you grew up with Joshua trees where they don't just survive an arid environment, they thrive in it. And he says, funny, because your business has now done that with 2 economic arid environments. You have not just survived it, your business hasn't, but it's thrived in it. People are looking for opportunity. And if you are one of those people, get with the person that introduced this to you and say, you know, I want to join today. You may be asking, can I do this? Well, I want to share with you this, that you are not alone, okay? We have 24/7 support round the clock. We have incredible leadership here at LifeVantage, and we have an easy to follow system. Launch, lead, and learn, right? And it's really about skill set, mindset, and leadership. We have regular corporate events and training. We're doing everything online right now, but incentives to keep you motivated, and a private support community that really brings you and shows you, yes, we can help you jumpstart your business. Okay, so really with LifeVantage, you fall into really one of 3 categories. You may need some more information. Get with the person that shared this with you so that you can do that and get some more information, or become a customer and say, I need those products in my body now. Or also you can join our team and say, let's get started today. You know, I want to leave you with this, being that yesterday was Kobe Bryant's birthday. One of a favorite virtual mentor of mine, I should say. And he just taught us to be better. And Kobe said, do the simple stuff right to be better. That's it. And with LifeVantage, I feel like that is what we have in our hands. Don't overthink this. Just do the simple stuff right. It's about relationships, sharing this with one another, and from there, we can be better together. Thank you so much for your time tonight.